And they gotta turn on the pretty lights. Alamo City Comic-Con, how we doing? I just want to welcome you, Mr. Jeff. I can't say his last name. He said for me not to say it, so he said just say Jeff, and now you guys aren't even cheering. Jeff! Welcome to day 2. They're gonna start the script here in a second. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Wow, this is loud. Oh, there you go. You got that. How's everyone doing? All right, I know the room's not full, but you're going to have to be louder because with the lights we can't really see, so if you're loud, they won't know it's not full. How you doing? That filled the room. I like that. All right. Oh, you were at the other panel, dude. I remember you. You guys at the Animaniacs panel? Is this the whole Animaniacs room and you wouldn't let anyone else in? All right, you guys know what we're doing, right? Wow, that wasn't convincing. For those of you that are confused and here by default and don't know what the hell is going on, we're going to take a movie script that you all know and twist it and turn it upside down and make it wrong. If you have any questions, you go online. And my name actually is Jeff Zannini, Zannini. If you go on YouTube, I have a channel where we do Star Wars. We've done the whole Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, the Avengers, and there's millions of hits, so enjoy it. Subscribe to it too, because I don't know what it is, but someone said I have one. All right, what we're going to do, at first I have to tell you, anyone that has children in here, this is a PG-13 to rated R reading. So if you are a child or a parent who acts like a child or with a child, you are warned. So if you continue to stay in, you cannot complain because most shows go in directions we can't control. All right, we are going to have a lot of fun here tonight. We're reading Back to the Future. All right, enough selfless promoting. We have out back 4 guys that are going to come out on stage to entertain you. First up, let's bring out Invader Zim, Billy from Billy and Mandy, Rich Horvitz. Keep applauding, keep applauding. All right, next up, you know him as Pinky, Yakko, Carl Weezer, Donatello, we'd be here all night, Rob Paulson. Next up, his little brother who wears a red hat named Wacko, Captain Hero from the band Rock Sugar, Jess Harnell. All right, last but certainly not least, a guy who has more, we can't even sit here for all his credits. He's amazing. He's Darkwing Duck. You heard of that? Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Jim Cummings. All right.
Hey, San Antonio Comic-Con, one question. Are you ready to rock? I love that. It's the greatest thing in the world. All right.
I know the answer. All right, for those of you on stage, turn to the page with the asterisk. That's where we start.
Well, what page number is that?
There's no page numbers on these. These are not fun scripts. Just scroll through.
This is like
While they're looking for it, the beginning of the story, as you all know, Marty walks in. There's a lot of alarm clocks. He finds the dog food on the floor. He turns on the guitar. Whoa, rock and roll. And then he goes back home and he talks to his girlfriend. He didn't make it in the band for the prom. And now we're up to the scene where he is going to the parking lot at night to meet Doc Brown. That's where we're picking up, because we can't start from the beginning. There's way too much stuff to go through and scene edit, and you don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, this ain't Lord of the Rings, man.
What are we starting at?
The asterisk.
Page 17.
Okay.
Bear with us.
How are we doing so far?
We're doing all right.
Okay, good.
Is this thing on?
All right, let's shoot this pig.
Hey, before we start, man, I got to tell you, we've gotten a chance to meet a lot of you guys. Thanks so much for being so nice to us and for coming and hanging out with us. You guys are awesome, and I kid you not, the best part of what we do is getting to meet all of you guys, and it's just such a groove, so thanks a lot.
Thank
we really
you.
appreciate it.
I'm telling you what,
Don't worry about it.
it's great. Everything's big in Texas, especially your hearts. Thank you.
Yeah,
you guys
that's
are great.
All right.
Well, wait, there's two sizes in Texas, right? Itty bitty and big O. Right? That's got to be it. Absolutely.
All right. A lot of these scenes, just so you know, have 3 characters, so we're going to have to rotate, unfortunately, where one person is out, one person is in, so we're going to just bear with us. But it's going to be fun. All right. You guys ready?
Yeah.
How about you guys?
Are you ready?
And there are scenes where it will say, a loud noise, or we heard this or heard that or something. That's your cue to be really loud, okay? All right. Scene 1. We're going to start off big, right out of the gates. Doc Brown is going to be Sean Connery, played by Jim Cummings.
Okay, Doc Brown.
Marty, Bill Cosby, played by Jess Harnell.
Awesome.
And we're going to have it narrated by George Takei.
Oh my. Yeah.
All right, you guys.
Oh my.
You guys mark up your scripts and tell me when you're ready.
Well, as ready as I'll ever be.
Okay.
All right, on your cue, we're ready when you are.
Marty skates board over, totally blown. Let me start again because I am as full of shit as a Christmas goose. There is, in fact, a line that goes something like this. A sleek stainless steel Delorean sports car. It's been modified. Marty skateboards over, totally blown away by the car.
Jeez, Doc, that is a DeLorean. Tell me, what the hell did you do to the car, man?
Grab the camera and start taping, Marty. I'll explain as we go.
But, Doc, what is with the crazy Devo suit that you're wearing at this time?
Brown lifts open the driver's side gull-wing door.
Come on, Einstein, get in, boy.
The dog has a battery-operated digital clock hanging around his neck.
All right, this is test number 1. Someone hand me my teeth. Please note that Einstein's clock here is in precise synchronization with my... What? I said it right. Control watch. Good luck, Einie.
Brown reaches in and starts the ignition. The DeLorean engines roar to life. Warp factor 5, sir. He steps back and picks up a remote control unit.
Here we go, Marty. If my calculations are correct, when the car hits 88 miles an hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Brown takes a deep breath, then pushes the accelerator button. The DeLorean takes off. The speedometer hits 85, 86, 87, 88. The automobile is suddenly engulfed by a blinding white glow, then... blam. It's gone. A trail of fire left in its wake.
What did I tell you? 88 miles an hour? Temporal displacement occurred at exactly 1:02 a.m. and 0 seconds.
Goodness gracious, Doc! You have turned Einstein into a big bowl of Jell-O pudding.
Calm down, Marty, and eat your pudding. I didn't disintegrate anything. The molecular structure of both Einstein and the car are completely intact.
Then where the hell are they?
Well, the appropriate question is, when the hell are they? You see, Einstein has just become the world's first time traveler. I sent him into the future. 1 minute into the future to be exact, and at exactly 1:03 a.m. and 0 seconds, we shall catch up to him and the time machine.
Time machine? Are you trying to tell me that you built a time machine out of a Delorean?
Well, I couldn't say it as well as you, but the way I figured it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style? Besides, the stainless steel construction made the flux dispersal 10 seconds. Roll tape and brace yourself for a sudden displacement of air.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wrong displacement.
Suddenly, the DeLorean reappears right where it vanished, still going 88 miles per hour. Brown hits the brake button.
And scene.
Yes.
All right. Was that fun or what?
Yeah.
Dude, Bill Cosby totally should have played Marty McFly.
Yeah.
That would have been badass.
All right, next scene. We're going to have, how about if Doc Brown is Pinky now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And we're gonna have Marty played by Daggett. How's Daggett the Angry Beaver?
Yes.
And it's gonna be narrated by Richard Pryor. You guys, whenever you're ready, we can start rolling.
And where are we starting, by the way? On which line? I'm so sorry. Is it hot?
Starting at...
Oh, that's what I thought. Okay, good.
Yeah, where Marty says, is it hot?
Brown, yeah.
Right?
Brown approaches cautiously and reaches for the door handle. He touches and recoils in pain.
Oh, is it hot? It's cold. Damned cold.
Narf.
Brown raises the driver's side door and compares his watch with Einstein's.
Exactly 1 minute difference, and it's still ticking. Is Einstein Spooty all right? Good boy, Einie. Oh, he's fine. And he's completely unaware that anything happened. As far as he's concerned, the trip was instantaneous, thank you very much. That's why his watch is a minute behind mine. He skipped over that minute to instantly arrive at this moment in time. Come here, let me show you how it works. First, you turn the time circuits on. Okay, this readout tells you where you're going, this one tells you where you are, this one tells you where you were. It's so lovely that you have your Tourette's working on your behalf. You input your destination time on this keypad. You want to see the signing of the Declaration of Independence? Jesus. You're quite a disturbing young man. Or witness the birth of Christ? Well, here's a red letter date in history of science. March 19th, 1955.
He pauses, realizes something, as if something suddenly makes sense to him finally for the first time in his life.
Yes, of course, Narf. March 19th, 1955. What happened then? Well, that was a day I invented time travel. Actually, it was right. It was night, as I recall. I remember it vividly. I got hit over the head by brain, and when I came to, I had this revelation, a vision, a picture in my head, a picture of this.
Brown point to a particular centerpiece unit mounted inside the Delorean.
Now, this, Marty, is what makes time travel possible. The TFC, Temporal Field Capacitor.
Spooty temporal field capacitor, huh? How'd you get beamed?
Well, I was trying to... well, it's not important. What is important is that it works. It's taken me over 30 years to fulfill the vision of that night.
Heavy duty, Doc. And it runs on, like, regular unleaded spooty gasoline?
Unfortunately, no. It requires something with a little more kick, shall we say.
Brown indicate a container with purple radioactivity symbols on it and stuff.
Plutonium? Woo! You mean this sucker is nuclear?
Electrical! But I need a nuclear reaction to generate the 1.21 gigawatts of electricity I need. The TFC stores it, then discharges it all at once, like a gigantic bolt of lightning. Boink! Oh, you better put out the radiation suit before I reload. Not that there's any danger, but it never hurts to take precautions. That's what I always say.
Brown hand him the yellow radiation on a suit, which is near the rib on RV.
Hold the phone, Doc. Plutonium's illegal. Did you rip it off?
What? Moi? Of course not. Here, let me help you with that.
Brown helped Marty get into the suit.
Put your hood up, Marty, while I reload. Oh, and keep Einstein covered too.
And scene. All right.
Just kidding.
Let's go right away. Next scene.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
For Doc Brown, how about gray matter?
That's
Ben
right.
10,
All right.
gray matter. Anybody?
Oh, baby.
All right. For Marty, how about Raphael?
Yeah!
Yes.
I can do that.
And we're going to have it narrated by Kermit the Frog.
Yay.
Take a minute, mark it up.
10 more pages. But I don't have one page. This is this page?
Let's
My
go
script's
out
out
to
of
the
order,
lobby. Let's go out to the lobby. Let's go out to the lobby and get ourselves a snack. I'm just trying to kill time while my
Jeff, mine
All right.
fellow thespians
So
say
who
their
am I
roles.
Oh, here we go. Here.
Am I Kermit the
This
Frog?
is mine.
Do we got script troubles? Hey, maybe I could tell you about the fact that I live next door to William Shatner and he thinks I'm Gene Simmons from Kiss. No, it's totally true, dude. It's really.
That's a true
Are you guys
story.
good? Is everything good? You got it? Okay.
Okay, here we go.
true.
I'm Kermit the Frog, right?
I'll just share with Jim. Okay, here we go.
Marty and Brown both pull their hoods over their heads. Brown steps over to the rear of the Delorean and places the plutonium cylinder into the loading hopper. The plutonium rod drops down into the reactor, which then seals shut.
Yeah, baby.
If I were green and little, you guys would be. He looks just like him.
You guys are getting warts now.
Oh, there's more, right? Oh, did I do that? Yeah, I did that. Who's Brown?
Oh, is that was okay? Sorry. That's right. 25 years into the future. I've always dreamed of seeing the future. Working. Am I in the right place?
Could be.
Richie's got his own script. Richie's doing.
How are we doing so far?
Richie's doing the Terminator.
Yeah.
It's okay. He was just in the future for a minute.
Yeah.
He's back.
Good save, Jimmy.
Is it safe now? Everything is lead-lined. Oh, I mustn't forget my luggage.
Brown grabs his suitcase and puts it in the trunk. It's in the front.
That is wild. Who knows if they'll have cotton underwear in the future? I'm allergic to all synthetics.
The future? Is that where you're going?
That's right.
Eventually.
25 years into the future. Later that same evening. That's right, 25 years into the future. I have always dreamed of seeing the future. Looking beyond my years, observing the progress of mankind. It's almost like going alien and cheating death. I'll also be able to find out who wins the next 25 World Series. Ooh.
Suddenly, Einstein starts barking at something like Rolf the dog.
What is it, Einie?
Brown turns and reacts with horror to an approaching pair of headlights. It's an ominous van. Actually, it's a Ford minivan, but it looks ominous.
Oh no, they found me. I don't know how, but they found me.
Who?
The Libyans.
What Libyans?
The Libyans who got me the plutonium. They wanted me to build them a bomb. Well, I told them I would, but I lied.
The van's side door slides open and a swarthy character leans out with an AK-47 submachine gun. He opens fire!
Oh, Grandpa! Run for it! Marty, I'll draw the fire.
Doc! No, wait!
The terrorist gunner screams a Libyan curse, then fires a burst at Brown. The bullet rips into Brown's chest and the scientist goes down. Marty stands frozen in horror.
Doc! Oh my God! Shredder, you tin-faced geek! Get back here and taste cold turtle steel!
Yes!
Woo! You bastards!
The van makes a U-turn. It's coming for Marty! Marty looks around and he has only one chance, the DeLorean. He dives into the still open driver's door. Marty swings the door shut. How do you start this thing, he thinks to himself. Then he spots the keys in the ignition, turns it over and shifts into first. He floors it. The DeLorean roars off. Thank you for that. The terrorist gunner leans out of the van and takes aim. The speedometer climbs past 60. The gunner fires. You are so good at that, man.
I know. Well, tell Frank Welker to watch his ass.
The speedometer hits 75.
Wow.
Oh, that's me. Yeah, let's see you bastards. Let's see if you bastards can do 90.
The speedometer climbs 86, 87, 88. The mall parking lot is suddenly changed into an open field with a scarecrow in the middle of it. If I only had a brain. The DeLorean speeds right through a haystack and then into an open barn.
And scene.
Jim Henson is in heaven smiling. God bless. How about Jess?
I love you,
How about
Jimmy.
Jess Harnell, y'all?
I love
Kermit the Frog, come on.
You gotta love some Kermit, man.
I got warts. It was so good.
See, you know what's really good about this moment too, you guys, is we were signing stuff today, and we're all over there, and there's no sign that says my name at my table, so everybody was walking by thinking I was some guy from Whitesnake. And now, tomorrow, you're all gonna be like, now I know who that guy is.
Yeah. It's that guy from Whitesnake.
Whitesnake, exactly.
Oh, it's Def Leppard. All right. Next scene. We have in this scene 3 one-liners. So I'm just going to assign them randomly, and you can do whatever you want for those. But I think in the future one-liners, we might call on some people out there to come up and help us with that.
Yeah.
But be prepared. Is Apple in the room yet? Because he said he does a mean Bane impression, and I want to hear it. No Apple? All right, if he shows up, let me know.
And I will give you permission to
In this scene, we are going to have Sherman, played by Taz.
Oh, awesome.
Tasmanian Devil, that is. Marty, played by Dr. Chipotle.
Dr. Chipotle.
And you know how to pronounce
Dr. Chipotle from El Tigre.
I don't even have to ask, that has to be Richard, right?
That's Richard. Pa is going to be played by Michael McDonald, but you're only allowed to sing your lines.
Oh, cool.
Yay!
You guys are in for such a freaking treat.
Oh, God bless you, man.
This is so
No, they'd be in for a treat if
weird.
Michael McDonald was singing Yakko's World. Now that would be a treat.
Yeah. But remember, no Anita Baker. Only Michael McDonald.
Baker, exactly.
That's right.
All right, and it's going to be narrated by Rob doing Christopher Walken.
Okay. Can I just tell you, I mean, I love stuff like this. I saw the bitchinest t-shirt today that had a picture of Christopher Walken as a zombie and said, Walken dead.
How cool is that? How cool.
Isn't that great? I love that.
All right, now, Ma has one line. Jess?
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do for Ma, it's just one line.
Oh, okay.
Jim.
Yes.
The newscaster. However you want to do it, it's one line. Just the newscaster. You can do whatever you want. And Rich?
Yeah.
The DJ.
Yeah.
Rich loves to sing, for those of you that didn't know that.
Oh, my God, does Rich love to sing?
Oh, God.
So for the DJ, Rich is going to say whatever you want in a singing voice.
Trailers for sale.
Keep going, dude.
Oh, no. Who's to let 50 cents?
Keep going.
No phone,
These guys are
no
the greatest
pool,
audience.
no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes on.
Don't encourage him.
I'm a man.
All right.
That is the first time he's ever stopped singing.
Ever, you guys.
Ever. He usually sings right through it.
All right.
We're going to be
All right, are we ready?
staging an
I ain't
intervention.
got no cigarettes on.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, now, wait, what
2 hours pushing broom.
Intervention on its way.
Buys an 8x12 4-bedroom, mama.
God bless us.
Man of means by no
What are you?
king of the road.
Yeah, dude, come on. I missed my cue, Rich. All right.
Ready? Okay, we got that out of our system.
Does everybody know their parts
Temporarily.
What? So I'm the first two lines now because I'm Ma and Pa. That's weird. That means I have sex with myself even more than usual.
Yeah.
Well, people have told him to go have sex with
That's
himself.
all day long, man.
All right, are
That'll
you
make
guys
you
ready?
sing.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready, Rich?
Yes.
Jim? We are ready. And scene.
Okay. Peabody, the farmer Peabody stares in open mouth astonishment.
Yes.
The stainless steel vehicle faces them head on. What? Oh, I'm a hoofer. It looks like a space ship.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, of course, definitely very dangerous. Definitely very dangerous. What is it, Pa? Well, it looks like an airplane flying by. It's got no wings, but it's pretty high. Right? Huh?
Yes.
Make some noise, San Antonio! We'll do more.
Airplane. It is a flying saucer, Pa, from outer space.
The driver's gull wing door rises slowly, just like a hatch. Now, Marty steps out dazed because he's in a radiation suit, and, the hood is down, giving him the appearance of like an alien or whatever. And so Ma screams and faints. Very bad. Run, children, run for your lives.
That shit is funny.
That's really good, man. That's really good.
That poo-poo I meant to say.
Who's Marty?
Who the hell, Marty?
That'd be Rich. Marty.
Rich, do some of that weird shit you do.
You're Marty as Dr. Chipotle.
He was too busy singing King of the Road.
See, you encouraged him. It's your fault.
Hey, hello. Where am I?
Marty steps out into the barnyard.
Excuse me. Anybody here?
Pa bursts out into the farmhouse with a double-barreled shotgun.
Look, Pa, it is already mutated into human form. Shoot it.
Pa raises his shotgun and fires. Take that, you mutated son of a bitch!
That's wonderful.
And so he squeezes off the second barrel. Pa moves cautiously toward the barn in search of more cowbell. And just as he's about to enter, the Delorean thunders out. The car spins around in the barnyard and smashes through a white picket fence. Takes out one small tree and finds the dirt access road and roars away. You space bastard! You killed one of my pines!
And we're
That's what it says, for real.
page.
The date on the destination time is Saturday, 3/19/1955, 5:35 in the a.m., and that matches the date on present time,
below the plutonium chamber light flashes empty.
1955. I don't believe it.
He turns on the car radio and tunes in a newscast.
And President Eisenhower predicted that 1955 would see an increase in housing starts.
Eisenhower?
Marty spots a page of discarded newspaper on the sidewalk in front of his house to be. He gets out of the car and, picks it up. The date is March 18, 1955.
This is definitely not my day.
Marty is about to turn off the car when he notices there's a radio DJ coming from the audio and the radio in the car.
If I could turn back time, what if I could find a way?
Genius. If I could turn back time. Shut up! I love that.
That's entertainment right there.
And now one of the top records of the week.
Marty turns up the volume and he wants to hear this. Papa Loves Mambo by Tyree Como starts playing.
Papa Loves Mambo.
Marty shakes his head.
This is not a good year.
Marty walks down the street toward Hill Valley. He's out of the radiation suit and his street clothes.
And scene.
Turn back time. Oh my God.
Richie.
Rich, that was the best song I've ever heard you. That was fantastic. Come on, big round for Rich. That was absolutely hysterical. All right.
So appropriate.
Moving on. Next scene. You know what, Rich? You were so good. We're going to make Lou Invader Zim.
Oh, good. Yay.
Marty, we're going to do Dr. Scratch and Sniff.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, good, yeah.
You remember him from the Animaniacs or what?
Yeah, boy.
All right.
Okay.
It's going to be narrated by William Shatner.
Oh, good.
Rich is going to do double duty. Yes, I said duty. He's going to do double duty as George as Alpha 5.
Nice.
And we're going to make Biff, you've been waiting for it.
Oh, where's
Winnie the Pooh.
Wait a minute, where?
And we do have another one-liner. So in this one, Rob, one line as a skinhead, say whatever you want.
Okay.
Now be ready, there's a lot of one-liners coming up. I'm looking for who we want up here with us. If I can see that you have a good voice, we might bring you up.
That'd be good.
Within this scene?
Really? Nothing? Seriously? One guy got it? God, wake up back there! Yes, you are Lou is Invader Zim. Is everyone ready?
Yeah.
On your mark, boys.
My name is William Shatner. And my neighbor is Gene Simmons from Kiss.
That's right.
The town square is immediately recognizable because the courthouse clock tower is now working. The previously boarded up cafe is open for business. Marty notices a public telephone sign on the window. He's got an idea, and he got a great deal at Priceline.com. Marty enters. He stares at the signs. Advertising menu items: hamburger 25 cents, ham and cheese 30 cents, chocolate sundae 15 cents. A sign over the cigarette display says, all brands 20 cents. Lou, the got a man, spots Marty.
Looking for something, kid?
Yes, the telephone, please.
Lou points out the phone and back a phone booth. Marty goes in, flips through the directory. Marty's finger comes to rest at Brown Emmett L. Scientist, 1640 Riverside Drive, Hillside 34385. Marty digs out a nickel and dials the number. It rings and rings and rings. There's no answer. Scotty, get me some communication. He hangs up.
Whew, not my day.
He rips the page out. A nerdy-looking kid is seated nearby, sipping a soda, reading a comic book. You guys have heard of comic books, haven't you? Marty looks at Lou, indicating the address on the phone book page.
Excuse me, can you tell me where 1640 Riverside...
You gonna order something, kid? Tell me.
Yes, please. Give me a Pepsi free.
Kid, if you want a Pepsi, you got to pay for it.
Right?
So true.
How about that? No. A Pepsi free, you know, the diet soda.
No? I don't know.
Well, just give me something to drink that doesn't have sugar in it.
Lou gives him a look, then puts a cup of coffee in front of him. Marty looks at the bowl of sugar cubes in front of him.
Have you got any sweet and low?
Sweet and low? What is this sweet and low? Say, kid, you better pay for this right now.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
He pulls out his wallet and gives Lou a crisp new $20 bill.
Well, it's $100
It's close,
now.
it's inflation.
Yeah.
Lou, thank you, Rob.
You're welcome.
Lou's eyes nearly fall out of his head.
A 20? Who are you? What do you think this is? Hey, bank? I can break a 20 for a nickel cup of... I can't break a 20 for a nickel cup of coffee? Suddenly suspicious. Say, what's a kid your age doing with a $20 bill anyway?
Marty gulps, pulls a nickel out of his pocket and takes back his 20. Marty raises his coffee cup, and just as he's about to take a sip...
Hey, McFly.
Boss?
He spins around on a stool. The lead punk is coming right toward Marty. No! He's stepping over to the nerdy kid next to him.
Hello, Beef. How is it going?
Yes, the punk is Biff Tannen, age 17, and the nerdy kid is George McFly, also 17. Biff takes George's soda and drinks it all. Marty watches the exchange between Biff and George with utter amazement.
So, you got my homework finished, McFly?
How cool is that?
He just made $10,000.
Yeah. So is that a no?
Yeah, who's George?
Hello?
Well, no, I
Is
figured...
anybody home?
Oh, it's Richie.
George is Alpha 5.
What? Sorry.
You're doing great, Rich.
Alpha 5.
As George? Yeah, Aye. Well, no. I figured since it's not due till Monday. Aye.
Biff knocks on George's head. That sounds unpleasant.
Hello? Is anybody home in there? Think, McFly. I've got to have time to recopy it. Do you realize what would happen if I turned in my homework in your handwriting? Well, I'd get kicked out of school, of course.
He notices Marty staring at him.
What are you staring at?
I don't know where that is, but...
You little dipstick.
Hey, Biff, get a load of this guy's vest. This dog thinks he's gonna drown.
They all laugh. Ha 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 ha.
So how about my homework?
Which one? Where?
Here.
This is why we do two takes.
My stuff's out of order. Oh, bummer drag. Oh, sorry. What I meant to say was,
So, how about my homework, McFly?
Ay. Okay, Biff. I'll do it tonight and bring it over first thing tomorrow.
No. Too early. I sleep in on Sundays. Oh, hey, McFly. Your shoes untied.
Huh? It's morphin' time.
Biff hits him in the chin. He laughs loudly, as do his cronies, and they leave at Warp Factor 5.
And scene.
Oh, sorry about that. I pulled 2 pages at once. Oh, man.
All right. Are you having fun yet?
Yes, that's it.
This is good stuff up here, guys. All right. Next scene.
I could hear Jimmy read the phone book as Winnie the Pooh.
Me too, man.
Right?
Me
Who's
too.
got a sore
Coolest
throat
thing in the
today?
world.
Sorry. He's having a tough time.
All right. As the narrator in this scene, how about Billy's dad from Billy and Mandy?
Very paternal. Billy, don't be a hero.
Yeah.
Come on.
As Lou, how about Jim Brown? James Brown. James
Brown.
James Brown. As Goldie, Goldie is Tigger. As Marty, we're going to keep Carl Weezer down there on the end.
Okay, I can do that.
Billy!
And as the very strong George McFly, Arnold Schwarzenegger. All right, whenever you guys are ready.
So Lou, okay.
Yes, your Lou is James Brown and Goldie is Tigger.
Okay. Marty, still in disbelief, turns to George.
I don't believe it. You're George McFly?
Yes, I'm the George McFly.
Well, your birthday's August 18th and your mother's name is Sylvia?
Yes, my birthday is August 18th. My mother's name is Sylvia. Who are you?
Right now, I'm freaking scared out of my mind.
A black busboy has been sweeping up in the background, making his way over. He looks at George. As he talks, we see he has a gold front tooth. It's Goldie Wilson, age 22.
Hey, what do you let that boy push around for? Anyways? What are you doing?
Right?
Because he is bigger than me. He probably works out and drinks the protein powder.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Stand tall, boy. Have some respect for yourself. You know, if you let people walk over you now, they'll be walking over you for the rest of your life, and you'll never be elected the governor. Now look at me. You think I'm gonna spend the rest of my life bouncing around in this slop house? Well, do you? Wow! What's it, Goldie? Who invited that guy? No, sir. I'm gonna make something of myself. I'm going to night school. I'm gonna be somebody. Gotta bounce.
That's right. He's gonna be mayor someday.
Hold on.
Please hold.
Making sure.
Mayor? Oh, that's a good idea. I could probably run for mayor. Ha! Call it mayor. That'll be the day. Wow!
James Brown? Oh, what is wrong with that picture? Okay.
You wait and see, Mr. Carruthers. I'm gonna be mayor. You just keep sweeping, Goldie. Hit me. Good God. Wow!
Great.
Mayor Goldie Wilson. I don't know. I kind of like the sound of that.
Marty looks around and sees George bicycling down the street. Yes, he does.
Who's Marty?
Marty runs after him.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we already do like... Sorry, that would be me.
Hey, George, I want to talk to you.
Marty runs after him. Marty comes around the corner and sees George's bike parked underneath the tree. Marty looks around, then spots George up in the tree. Marty watches in disbelief as he realizes what George is doing.
He's a peeping Tom.
George tries to move closer but loses his balance. He tumbles into the street. Now a car comes from around the corner.
Dad, look out!
Marty dashes into the street and knocks him out of the path of the oncoming car. Mogar! As Marty moves to avoid the car swerves in the same direction. And the car hits Marty. George, never one to get involved, grabs his bike and pedals off.
And scene.
Yay! Jim Cummings, ladies and gentlemen. Jim Cummings right there.
How about that, James Brown? Come on.
Woo! That's some crazy shit, man.
That was funny.
Yep.
That is some crazy shit.
Holy freaking smokes.
Wow.
All right. Next scene. Let's see. I like this dude right here in the Longhorn shirt. You're coming up for one line.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Give him a round. One line. All right.
You got to film this, dude, because your friends won't believe you. Get on up here.
Get on up here. Sit on the end there next to Rich. He won't bite hard.
UT. Hook 'em horns, baby.
Hey, you know what I want to say, too, while I got a second, is we've met some people today who do some great voices. You guys should follow your dreams of doing voiceover. There's a girl right there, Miranda. She's an amazing artist. There's so many talented people here. You guys keep doing the things you're doing. You can never tell what's going to happen, seriously. I mean, look at us. I should be working at Taco Bell, dude.
This is actually,
detailing your car.
Had it not been for the fact that there are cartoons, this is what you would hear in Jess's life. You would hear,
yeah, do it.
Thank you for calling Wetzel's Pretzels. I'm Jess. How may I help you?
So who's going to be?
All right. Let's see. What's your name, dude?
Richard.
There's a microphone.
There can only be
Richard.
one Richard on this.
Everyone say hi to Richard.
Hi, Richard.
Hello, Richard.
Hello, San Antonio.
Richard, I picked you for this scene based on your appearance and enthusiasm. You're going to play the doctor.
The doctor?
Yes, it's one line, and it's really good, and you're going to like it. All right, I'm going to cast the rest of the scene, and then I'll give you your page. Everyone else, let's see. This is one I've been waiting for, guys. Personally, I was laughing on the plane as I wrote this, so please enjoy it. It is, we are going to go with Billy from Billy and Mandy as Sam. As Milton, we're going to have Rob Paulson do Jack Nicholson.
okay. Did you say Milton?
Milton.
All right.
As Stella, Rich, how about Katharine Hepburn?
All right.
For those of you that don't know, it is fantastic.
You'll learn soon enough.
As
So that's
Marty, Jim Cummings is going to bring Tony Soprano to life.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
As Lorraine, Christopher Walken by Jess Harnell.
All right. Okay.
And it's going to be narrated by George Takei because I love that voice.
Yeah, who doesn't, man?
All right,
Thank
and
you,
the
my
TV doctor, hang on, I'm going to give this gentleman his script. Hang on.
So we got, has Richard got his,
Does Richard have a script? We're nothing without
you
you,
know,
bro.
I don't know if you know
That's
this, but
right,
Richard
we-
also, our
you the
friend
man,
Richard, who
you
just
the-
came
you
up
the-
from the
that's right
audience,
here.
is also got his own motorhome out back. I mean, it's like, he's such a freaking diva. The guy's got brown M&Ms.
He's getting massages.
He's got massages.
There you go.
Bringing chicks to his room, baby chickens, which is really disturbing. So that's what happens, you know. You give the guy a little showbiz, and he's just all over himself.
You know, I cannot believe this is the first San Antonio Comic-Con. Is that right? Are you guys just flipping out on how cool this whole thing is? It's amazing, right? Yeah, they did a killer job, man. They really did a great job.
I don't know. If you noticed today when we were kind of even during the middle of the day, like halfway through, that there were a number of folks who, you know, had not bought the 3-day badges.
Yeah.
The freaking line.
Around the block, man.
Line was to Austin.
Yeah, but
for
they
God's
thought this
sake.
was a log ride.
Yeah. No, it's
all
you
right.
guys have really done an amazing job. This is great. Are we ready?
Is everybody ready? Richard, are you ready for your moment?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Your friends are taping this, right?
Okay.
All right.
Here
He's
we
not
go.
up front, so just be ready.
All right, here we go.
Scene.
Interior darkened bedroom night. Marty is lying in bed.
Oh my. I'm so sorry. Here, Marty, put this on and walk on my back, will you? Lit by ambient light from a doorway. Female hands, or at least they look like female hands. Place a cold compress on the bruise on his forehead. Marty groans and stirs. Again I say, oh my.
Ma, what is that you?
Wow, hey, guy, come on, don't worry, everything's gonna be fine.
It sounds like his mother, Christine Walken. He opens his eyes. All he can see is her silhouette.
Oh, God, what a horrible nightmare. I dreamed I went back in time.
He starts to sit up.
Hey, guys, stop. Take it easy now. You've been asleep for almost 9 hours.
I'm telling you, it was terrible. It was a terrible place to be. The music was awful. They didn't have rock. The cars were ugly. My neighborhood hadn't been built yet, and everything was so weird looking. Jesus Christ. Forget about it.
Well, hey, you're safe and sound back where you belong. Good old 1955.
1955?
She turns on the bedside lamp. It is the same girl George was spying on, and Marty recognizes her just as we do.
Oh my God, you're my.
Yeah, hi, my name's Lorraine. Lorraine Baines.
Marty stares at her for a long moment.
Okay, but you're so thin.
That's because she's having the protein powder. She's working out in the gym. She looks fantastic. No, I'm back.
But he digresses.
Hey, wait, just relax, Victoria. You got quite a bruise on your head.
Okay, where are my pants?
Oh my.
They're over there on George Takei's chair.
Yeah. It's Takei.
Hey, hang on, hold the phone. I've never seen red underwear before, Victoria.
Marty covers himself up.
Calvin, what are you calling me Calvin for?
I'm not calling you Calvin, I'm calling you Victoria because it says Victoria's Secret on your underpants.
These aren't mine.
Oh, I guess people call you Vic. Well, sorry.
Well, actually, people call me Marty.
Well, then, hi, I'm pleased to meet you, Marty.
Okay.
She comes over and sits on the bed right next to him. She's very interested in him.
Yeah, wow, he's a hunk. Mind if I sit here?
Marty moves as far away as he can without falling off the bed.
Jesus Christ.
He holds the blanket tight around his waist. She looks at him, fascinated.
Ooh, I'm fascinated. You know, Marty, it's quite a bruise there.
She gently strokes his bruised forehead and then runs her hand through his hair. Marty moves even further and falls off the bed.
Lorraine, are you up there?
We hear footsteps coming up the stairs.
Whoa, hey, it's my mother. Put your pants back on.
Oh, jeez.
If I had a dime for every time I've said that in real life.
Boy, no kidding. Keep going? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay.
That's right, yeah. Marty takes a seat at the dinner table next to Lorraine as Mrs. Stella Baines, 40 and pregnant, makes the introductions to the kids.
That's Milton, that's Sally, and that's Spencer. I mean Toby.
Oh, God.
And next to you there in the playpen is little Joey.
Marty turns and looks with amazement at 11-month-old Joey rattling the bars of his playpen.
So you're my Uncle Joey, eh? You know what? You get used to those bars, kid.
Oh my, yes. Little Joey loves being in his pen. He actually cries when we take him out,
so we leave him in there all the time. It seems to make him happy. Have some meatloaf, Marty.
Thank you.
It looks like the same meatloaf he had for dinner in 1985. In fact, the whole dinner is the same.
Sam, would you quit fiddling with that thing and come in here and eat? Milton, don't eat so fast. Lorraine, you're not eating enough. Have some mashed potatoes.
No, thanks, Mom.
Now, gruff Sam Baines, 45, rolls in a brand new television on a plywood dolly of his own construction.
You say, look at this! It rolls, Dave! Yeah. Now we can watch Jackie Gleason when we eat. Yeah.
Jackie Gleason, oh boy! A surgeon steps out of an operating room, lights up a cigarette, and turns to do a testimonial.
You know, after facing 3 long operations in a row, brother, I like to relax by lighting up a Sir Randolph. I know its fine tobacco taste will soothe any of my nerves and improve my circulation, brother.
Let's hear it for Richard! Good job, bro.
Thank you.
That is the best Miley Cyrus impression I have ever heard.
That's her in 10 years, though, bro.
And he's twerking right next to me, which is
fantastic.
Yes.
Ooh, look at that picture. Crystal clear, yeah. Why would anybody want to go to the movies when you can see this in your own home? For free! Yeah.
Wow, that guy, he's weird. Our first television set, Dad picked it up today. Tell me, do you have a television, Vic?
Where? What the who? Man,
Stay tuned. We'll be
I
right
was still
back.
narrating in my head.
Who's Marty?
Yeah, you know, I got 3 or 4 of them. They fell off a truck.
Wow, you got a couple of TVs. You must be rich, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be rich.
You know, Milton, he's teasing you. Spencer loves to tease me. Nobody has 2 television sets.
The Honeymooners has resumed, and it is the classic Man from Space episode.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I seen this one. It's a good one. This is what Ralph dresses up as the man from space and whatnot.
What do you mean you've seen it, man? It's brand new.
Well, I saw it on a rerun like that.
What's a rerun?
Oh, you'll find out. Trust me, kid.
I want to hear this. Oh, Marty, I'd like to give your mother a call and let her know you're all right.
Yeah, well, that's real good, but how about this? You can't.
Oh, why not?
'Cause she's out of town. With my dad, yeah. Out of town with my dad. Hey, could you tell me where Riverside Drive is? I'm thinking of putting up a nightclub out there.
Riverside, blah, blah? Sure, it's on the east side of town, a block past Maple.
A block past Maple, bada boom, bada bing. That's a Kennedy Drive, huh?
What you say?
I said that is John F. Kennedy Drive.
Who in the world is John F. Kennedy?
Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind.
Hey, Mother, with Marty's parents out of town, don't you think he should spend the night here? I'd hate for something to happen to him with that bruise on his head.
Ooh.
Marty.
I'm sorry. Yes, and then she gives him a flirtatious smile.
Nice.
Marty, Lorraine is right. You must spend the night. You're our responsibility.
Yeah, well, you know, geez, I don't know, you know.
And he can... Oh, sorry.
Wait a second. What are you doing
Sorry,
now?
I
You're
was-
saying my lines, Rich. He can sleep in Rich's room.
Under the table, Lorraine puts her hand on Marty's
Hello?
leg. Marty immediately jumps to his feet.
Hey, whoa, actually, crazy thing just happened. Paulie called me. I really gotta be going. So thank you for everything. And I'll see you all later. Much later.
Lorraine sighs romantically.
That was weird.
Sigh.
And scene.
Yeah, sigh.
Big hand for Richard on the end, folks.
Good boy, Richard.
This is how we do it. Yeah, baby.
You know what? Even if he sucked, we'd act like it was good because he can kick our ass. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He did. He come up to me earlier. He said, son, I'm going to be on your goddamn show. And if I don't get up there, I'm going to 55-gallon drum of whoop ass on somebody. Right? I'm fixing to give you a 5-knuckle introduction, son. You get me on your damn show. So we did.
All right, next scene.
Yes.
We're going to have Marty. How about Ray from Princess and the Frog? Everyone remember Ray?
Oh, come on.
Ray is going to be Marty.
Can I just tell you, as a fan and a friend, that movie, Princess and the Frog, to me, was stolen by Jim Cummings as Ray the Firefly.
The Firefly, absolutely.
Shucks,
man.
shucks, stop it.
Best thing ever.
That's not a true story.
I kid you not, man.
All right, we're going to have Doc Brown played
Thank you,
by
buddy.
Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh,
Jess.
sweet. Good.
And some of you might remember Fantasy Island? Remember that little guy tattoo? You know, we're going to have Rob play, his real name is?
Oh, his real name was Hervé Villachez.
We'll call it Tattoo. He is going to narrate his tattoo.
Oh, that will be good. You're going to have to open your ear very, very loud because I can't speak very well. Because also, I'm dead.
All right, whenever you guys are ready.
Okay, we are ready to go? Where we are starting? Oh, I see. Okay, right here.
Who that?
Hello.
I know.
Okay, exterior Dr. Brown's house. All the lights are on. A party is going on inside. Marty rings the doorbell. It is answered by Dr. Brown, age 35. Brown is dressed in evening clothes and is flanked by 2 lovely girls.
Hey, kid, how you doing? Are you looking for somebody or what, you know?
Oh, Dr. Brown. Yeah, you're right.
God bless you.
Will you show out, Dr. Brown? Yeah. You know, I'm so kind of glad to see your face at the place.
Hey, hold on a second. Do I know you, kid? You're okay.
Well, not exactly. That is not yet. My name Marty McFly. Now, what I'm about to do is grand sound incredible. Some kind of yeah, but you're the onlyest man on earth who grand believe it. I'm not from Shreveport. I'm from the future.
Come on, man,
I said it.
Hey, I tell you, that's a good sales pitch, kid. Terrific, you know. But what are you selling, like floor wax?
No, I'm serial. You got to believe me. You're the onlyest one who can get me back home.
Oh, get you back home. Kid, I think you got me confused with the Wizard of Oz.
No. Look here. I can prove I'm from 1985. Look at my hair. You see that? That's my driver's license. Expired 1987. Look at my birthday. I ain't even been born yet. Look at this money, y'all. Series 1981. Oh, and here go a picture of me. There go my sister. There my brother. There my grandmama with her light on. Look at that sweatshirt. It said class of 84.
Oh, yeah, I get it. You're selling trick film. Hey, I tell you, this is great, you know. It really looks like the guy's got no head. Very clever, very clever.
What?
Sure enough, the image of Dave in the photo has no head.
Hey, you know, I'd buy a roll, but I'm not much of a photographer, okay?
But Dr. Brown, this ain't no trick, no.
I really am from the future.
Well, then let me ask you something, young man from the future. Who's the president of the United States in 1985?
Ronald Reagan. No, it's true.
The Brown and the girls burst out laughing.
Oh, the actor.
Oh yeah, laugh, you guys, laugh. That's good. He's got a big freaking family, doesn't he?
All right. Hey, the actor, that's a good one. You know, the kid's a riot, a regular riot. He's okay, you know. Here's $5, kid. Thanks for the laughs.
He hands Marty a 5, then closes the door. Marty looks through the window. Brown wanders over to the best-looking woman in the place. Brown whispers into her ear. She responds by hitting him in the head with a beer bottle. Brown rubs his head, then his eyes open wide in the same crazy expression we've seen in 1985.
Oh, of course. It's so obvious. All right, the party's over. Everybody go home. I got work to do, you know. Go home, everybody out. I need quiet.
Marty realizes what has just happened.
Oh, Doug, listen. You got to hear me out, you.
Oh, get lost, kid. I'm working over here.
Yeah, you're right. I know. And I know what you're doing. You invented time travel. It came to you in a vision when you got hit over your favorite head with that beer bottle. And that thing you're drawing is the temporal field capacity. It's very fancy.
And now, Brown is totally astonished.
Oh, my God. How did you know that? You're like the Long Island medium.
I told you. I'm from the future, me.
And scene.
There we go. Hey, Jimmy Cummings.
Jimmy Cummings. Wow.
Woo!
Man, that crazy.
That was fun. That was fun.
Good Lord.
No.
All right. Next scene. Marty is going to be Pee Wee Herman, Jess.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
It's going to be narrated by, let's see, narrated by...
This is our last team, isn't it?
How about Orthopox from Destroy All Humans?
Orthopox.
Orthopox. All right.
You don't want to do it? You want to do someone else?
No.
All right. And we're going to have Doc Brown played by Darkwing Duck.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Whenever you guys are
Yes, Crypto Sporidium. Cut to interior Doc Brown's garage. A little later night. The Delorean is now in the garage. The 1985 suitcase is open, and we can see its contents. Marty is busily attaching the video camera into a 1953 Model TV.
Hey, Doc, take a look at this.
Brown comes over and Marty rolls the tape he shot in the mall parking lot, where Brown is explaining the operation of the time machine. Brown is amazed to see himself as a man of 65.
Why, that's me! I'm an old man. Incredible! Thank God I've still got my hair. Baldness runs in my family, you know, but it's like I was telling Goslin, what on earth was I wearing?
A radiation suit?
Of course! Because of all the fallout that Steelbeak made in the atomic wars. And what's that thing around my neck?
Indian jewelry, la 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 la.
Okay, I'm not even gonna ask.
On TV, Crypto is probing. We see the image of the plutonium canister with old Doc Brown next to it.
Plutonium? You mean this sucker is nuclear?
Electrical! But I need a nuclear reaction to generate the 1.21 gigawatts of electricity I need.
Young Brown is taken aback.
1.21 gigawatts? Kid, you're out of gas. Going no place fast.
Huh?
Look, I'm sure that in 1985, plutonium is available in any corner drugstore, but in 1965, it's a little hard to come by. And unless you figure on driving out into a nuclear test site while an A-bomb is going off, I'm afraid you're stuck here.
But Doc, isn't there some other way to generate that kind of power?
1.21 gigawatts? Oh, sure. We could tie into Hoover Dam with a very long cable. Or we build a turbine on the back of this thing and you could drive it over Niagara Falls. Or you can drive across the country at 88 miles an hour and hope that you get struck by a bolt of lightning.
Lightning? Hold the phone, Doc. Check it out.
Marty pulls out the Save the Clock Tower flyer from his pocket. The headline, Clock Tower Struck by Lightning. Clock stopped at 10:02. Brown reads it, nodding and he's getting an idea.
Kid, if this is true, we just might be able to get your hiney back to the future. Do you see how we worked that in? It's totally insane. But it's certainly no crazier than building a nuclear reactor onto the back of the car. Now, according to this, we know the exact moment lightning will strike a specific spot at 10:02 p.m. and 11 seconds on next Saturday. So, all I have to do is rig up a conducting system that will channel the lightning directly into the TFC, as long as you're doing 88 miles an hour when it happens. Okay, see you later, alligator.
But Marty isn't paying attention. He's holding a snapshot again, and he's quite concerned.
What's wrong, kid?
I don't know. Something weird is going on with this picture. My brother, he's fading out.
Let me see that.
Brown studies it. He too reacts with concern.
It looks like he's being erased or something.
Erased from existence. Let's get dangerous, kid. We've got to get you some new clothes.
And scene.
Jump ahead, right?
Oh,
Moment. Yeah, baby.
That was cool.
All right. The next scene, for those of you in the last panel, we're going to do an Animaniac scene.
Oh, cool.
As Doc Brown, we will have Yakko. As Marty, we will have Wacko. As Strickland has a couple lines. Can you do scratch and sniff as those lines for Strickland?
Oh, yeah. What would you like me to do? Oh, Strickland?
Yes, Dr.
Yeah, I can do that.
And it's going to be narrated. Yeah. Jim narrated most of the Animaniacs. So whatever narrator voice you want to use for that, you're going to narrate. Whenever you guys are ready.
Okie dokie, artichoke.
Marty is now dressed in total 1955 period garb. Marty seems unsure, confused.
Are you sure about this? Come on, figure it out, wacko. Your old man was supposed to get hit by your grandpa's car, not you. Therefore, you interfered with your parents' first meeting. If they don't meet, they don't fall in love. If they don't fall in love, they don't get married. If they don't get married, they don't have kids. That's why your older brother is fading out. He's been erased from existence. His first, since he's the oldest. Your sister will be next, and then you, unless you repair the damage by getting your folks back together. Now, once you introduce them to each other, nature will take its course. I hope.
Marty combs back his slick down hair in a ducktail, only to get a handful of greasy kid stuff.
Oh, I can't believe you actually put this crap in your hair. Come on, kid. Let's get this over with.
On a classroom door, the students of an ordinary 1955 history class taking a test. Marty and Dr. Brown are watching from the hall.
Oh, look, that's her in the second row. She's cheating.
The school bell rings in the hall because it's Saturday night. The classroom opens and students head out to the next class. Marty and Dr. Brown watch from down the hall.
Okay, so which one's your father? Oh, that's him.
As George walks down the hall, students laugh at him behind his back, and some of the boys kick him in the ass. He has a kick me sign hooked on his collar. Dr. Brown shakes his head at this pathetic sight.
Jesus, Peter on a crutch. Are you sure you're not adopted?
Now a hand yanks George by the arm. Mr. Strickland. Marty is amazed.
McFly, shape up, man!
He pulls the sign off George's shirt and shows it to him.
You are a snacker. Do you want to be a snacker for the rest of your life?
George shakes his head unconvincingly. Lorraine's at her locker, giggling with a girlfriend.
Looks like a match made in heaven.
Well, my mom always said it was meant to be. I sure hope she's right.
Marty takes a deep breath and starts walking toward George.
George, hey, buddy, you're just the guy I wanted to see. You remember me from Saturday? The guy with the potty emergency? I saved your life, remember? Just see if you're paying attention, man.
That's right.
Who's George?
Rich.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Listen, there's somebody I want you to meet. Come here. Excuse me, Lorraine?
Calvin? Marty.
She's so delighted to see Marty.
Oh, let me get those.
He picks up her books and gives them back to her. She's totally infatuated.
Thank you.
Lorraine, I want to introduce you to someone. This is my very good friend, George McFly. George, this is Lorraine.
Jeez, it's really a pleasure to meet you.
Lorraine doesn't pay George the slightest bit of attention. She only has eyes for Marty.
Oh, Marty, I was so worried about you running off like that the other night with that big bruise on your head. Is it all right or what?
Yeah?
The bell rings.
I'm late. See you later.
She hurries off down the hall, joining a girlfriend. They pass by Dr. Brown. See?
Isn't he a dreamboat?
George has run off with the opposite direction. In the opposite direction with someone else. Marty stands in the middle of the hall, completely bewildered.
She didn't even look at him.
Yeah, well, obviously, you being in the picture is a real distraction for her. You gotta get him back to ask her out on a date so they can be alone together.
A date? What kind of date? I don't know what kids did in the 50s.
Well, what did they do in the 80s?
Sex and drugs and rock and roll.
Well, that explains a lot. No comment, kid.
Brown notices a hand-painted banner in the hall announcing the Enchantment Under the Sea dance this Saturday night.
Look, there's a dance coming up. Get him to take her to that.
Marty sees the sign and has a revelation.
Wow, I just saw the sign and had a revelation.
See?
Enchantment Under the Sea. They're supposed to go to that dance. That's where they'll kiss for the first time.
Well then, kid, you gotta make sure they go to that dance together.
And that he gets her drunk.
See.
Animaniacs reunion right there, folks.
I don't know what happened. Where did it go? Did we not have one?
All right, we went through an extra scene. It's all right. We're caught up now. We're fine. All right. The next scene we have. We're gonna do. Lorraine is gonna be Carl Weezer now.
Okay. Well, it's not a big stretch.
Doc Brown is Invader Zim.
All right. Who better?
We're gonna have Marty as Eric Cartman, Jess.
Okay. Yes.
We're going to have George as Mike Tyson, Jim.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad you get that one.
Oh, good.
All right, Biff, we're bringing back Pooh.
Who, Biff?
Biff is Pooh. And for the narrator, Rob, can you do Pat Buttram?
Oh, yeah, for who?
The narrator.
The narrator?
The narrator.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. I can kick the hell out from it.
Whenever you guys are ready.
All right, then. Kick the dog and spit in the fire. Here we go. Cut to. I'm starting to get a little worn out, but it don't mean I don't love y'all. It just means I need to get me a tumbler of vodka. You know, can I tell you the damn truth? My favorite new vodka is Tito's, which is made in, right? It's made in Austin. I'm telling you what, son, that'll get you there quicker than you can even... You throw in a half a dozen vodka in, and I'm telling you, you talk to Jesus all night long. All right. Interior school cafeteria. George is settled at a table, having lunch and writing furiously. Marty comes over and sits down right next to him. Jesus Christ.
Hey, George, what are you writing?
Stories.
Yeah? What kind of story?
Scientifically fictitious stories about space travel and things of this nature. and visitors from other planets which are coming to Earth and whatnot.
Well, George, I never knew you did anything creative. How about let me read one of your stories?
Oh, no. I never let nobody read my stories.
How come?
What if they didn't like them and things? And then what if they told me that I wasn't any good and stuff? I could not take that kind of rejection from anyone but Robin Quivens. My father had always told me that if I never let anyone read my work, I will have no future as a writer. I know he writing stuff, but I guess that's just the way I am. You know what I'm saying? That must be pretty hard for you to understand, right?
No, George. It's not that hard at all.
There is a long moment as Marty looks at George in a new light and sees himself.
Listen, George, remember that girl I introduced you to, Lorraine?
Yeah.
She really likes you, and I think you should ask her to the Enchantment Under the Sea dance. I think you'd have a really great time with her.
Well, I really couldn't ask.
Hey, why not, George?
Because what if she said no? I would hate to be rejectificated.
Marty is starting to get exasperated.
George, you are totally starting to piss me off right now. I am telling you, George, if you don't ask Lorraine to go to that dance, you are going to regret it for the rest of your life. And I'm going to regret it for the rest of my life.
Well, it's not like I don't want to. It's just that I kind of think she'd rather go with somebody else.
Who? It better not be Kyle.
Probably Biff and whatnot.
Marty looks and reacts with a horror. At another table, Biff is trying to put his hands on Lorraine, and she's trying to push him away.
Quit pulling me, Biff. I'm not that... Leave me alone.
Oh, come on, Lorraine. You want it. You know you want it. And you know you want me to give it to you.
Shut your filthy mouth! I'm not that kind of girl. Oh, I'm so confused.
Oh, bother. Well, maybe you are, and you just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
Get your honey-stained hands off of me!
Hey, she said to get your hands off her. Respect my authority, Biff.
Biff turns to find himself facing Marty.
What's it to you, dipstick? You know, you've been looking for...
Mr. Strickland approaches behind Marty. Biff sees him and plays it cool.
Well, since you're new here, I'll give you a break. Today. But if you don't shape up, I'm shipping you out of the 100-acre wood.
Lorraine looks at Marty and sighs with infatuation. Oh, Marty.
Sigh.
What? That was wonderful. I like you almost as much as I like llamas. Not in that way. A bit much. Thank you.
Yeah, fine, whatever, I don't care.
I'm sorry, what was that?
All right, okay. Cut to interior Brown's living room bay. Marty is on the phone.
What do you mean she's not your type? It's destiny, George. You and Lorena meant for each other. Look, I will give you $20 if you take her to that dance. 20 her, Daddy. I'm starting over. Okay, George. Okay, fine. I will see you tomorrow, son of a bitch. I try to hit that dance.
Marty hangs up, exasperated.
I am so pissed off right now.
Yeah, and he pulls out the snapshot again. All that's left of Dave are his feet.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Brown is fiddling with the okay, we're still going. Brown is fiddling with the video camera, playing the end section of the mail type over his TV set. Brown reacts to the dog barking.
Eh? What is it, girl? I need. Oh no! They found me. I don't know how.
The tape ends abruptly. Marty reacts with pain, remembers what followed.
Say, Doc.
Brown turns, surprised that Marty has been watching.
Hey, who are you? Oh, hi, kid. Fascinating device. The camera. I can't believe it's made in Japan.
Doc, there is something I haven't told you about what happens on the night we made that tape with Kim Kardashian and everything.
Hold it right there, kid. Don't tell me anything. I don't want to take any more chances of screwing up the space-time continuum. No man should know too much about his own destiny. If I know too much about the future, I can endanger my own existence. Besides, I've always hated fortune tellers. And speaking of endangered species, how did it go today with your pop?
Terrible. He just doesn't want to go out my mind. I tried everything. I reasoned with him, I begged with him, I pleaded with him, I yelled at him, I even tried bribing him. The only thing I haven't tried is kicking him in the nuts.
And scene. All right.
Oh, mercy. Oh, God. You guys got anything left? You want to hear another scene?
We are down to the last. We're only going to make these two, and then we're done anyway.
All right, buddy.
All right.
You guys have been so patient and wonderful.
Awesome.
I hope you're having as much fun as we are, because we're having a blast.
As Ironhead?
Yeah. All right. We're going to have Jess narrate this scene as Ironhide.
Oh, good. Yeah.
We're going to have George, played by, do you want to bring back Billy?
Sure.
And for Marty, all right, audience is going to decide. We have two choices. We have Pinky and we have Tigger. You have to choose.
No.
If you want Pinky, let's hear it. If you want Tigger, let's hear it. Tigger it is.
Got it. I'm happy to defer to Tigger.
Pinky will be in the next scene.
No problem.
All right. After this, we have one scene left, folks, and then we're done. All right. Tigger is Marty.
Marty, okay.
All right, whenever you guys are ready.
Good. Cut to George's bedroom. A pair of gloved hands place featherweight headphones on George's ears. He awakens screaming. He opens his eyes and reacts in further terror. He sees that like that, yes. He says die. He sees a frightening yellow monster, Marty, in full radiation suit at the foot of his bed. Marty turns off the music. When he talks, his voice is distorted through the mouth filter in the hood. An open window indicates how Marty got in.
Silence, Earthling! Who are you? My name is Darth Tigger. And I am an extraterrestrial from the planet Vulcan.
I must be dreaming.
This is no dream. You're having a close encounter of the third kind. You have reached the outer limits of the Twilight Zone.
Mom! Dad!
George throws off the covers, but Marty pulls the portable hairdryer out of his belt like a gun. He fires a blast of heat at George.
Silence!
Yeah.
That's not silent. My heat ray will vaporizate you if you do not obey me.
George raises his hands in surrender.
All right, I surrender. Turn it off.
Now his digital watch alarm begins beeping. Marty raises his wrist as if it were a radio.
Silence! I am receiving a transgression from the Battlestar Galaxative. You, George McFly, have created a rift and a space-time continuum with all the things. And Supreme Klingon hereby commands you to take the female Earth person called Baines Lorraine to the location known to you as Hill Valley High School, exactly 4 Earth cycles from now. Saturday night in your language.
So, you mean take Lorraine to the dance? But I don't know if I'll be able to.
Marty turns on the Walkman again. George screams.
See?
Turn it off, please! Turn it off!
Excellent, Earthling! Do you wish me to melt your brain?
No! Please! I'm sorry! I'll do it! Yeah! I'll take her to the dance! But please don't turn that noise on again!
Very good, Earthling. You will tell, nobody will tell anyone of this visit. Now, close your eyes and see me no more.
Okay.
Gotta bounce.
Cut to exterior town square, day. Are we still in the same scene, dude? Is this still right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Marty is loitering in the grassy town square. Then George comes running up from the street. He is disheveled and wild-eyed.
Hey, Georgie boy. Hey, you weren't at school. Where you been all day, bouncing?
I just woke up. I overslept. Yeah. Look, you gotta help me. I want to ask Lorraine out, but I don't know how to do it.
Oh, there's nothing to it. But keep your pants on. No, seriously, really, keep your pants on.
Sorry.
She's over there in the cafe having a soda. Come on!
Marty points to the cafe window.
Look. There she is.
Do I still have to keep my pants on?
Lorraine, seated with 2 girlfriends, Betty and Babs, in a booth, sipping ice cream sodas and talking.
Okay, now look, it's simple, Georgie boy. You just bounce on in there and invite her.
All right. But what do I say?
I don't know. Say whatever feels natural, Bibble. Whatever comes to mind. That's way too natural. My eyes are watering.
Sorry.
George thinks about this a moment and then shrugs.
Nothing's coming to mind.
Oh, cheese and crackers. It's a miracle I was even born. Oh, nothing. Just tell her density has brought you to her. And you think she's the most beautiful girl you've ever seen. Girls like to hear that, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. What are you doing, George?
I'm writing it down. This is good stuff.
That's true.
How do you spell destinably?
And scene.
Oh, God. Just shoot us.
All right, folks, last scene. We have to end. I know you don't want it to, but it will. We're going to do favorites. So, let's see. Who do we want? Let's see. Rich, let me guess. You want to hear Invader Zim. Invader Zim is George.
We should just all be
Who am I?
Invader Zim is George.
Oh, yeah.
All right, who do we want Rob to be?
Morgan Freeman.
Rob Paulson. Who do we want Rob Paulson to be? Wait, Morgan Freeman's off the table. Screams another name.
Yeah. Donatello?
I've heard Donatello several times.
Donatello, me too.
Okay.
Donatello is the narrator.
All right.
Okay.
All right, how about, let me guess.
Who that? Oh, no. Who?
He's back.
Back as Biff is Winnie the Pooh.
Who is? Biff?
All right. Now, mind you, Jess has not done Captain Hero yet.
That's true.
And I had that slotted for Lorraine, which is really funny. So we're going to leave that, but we have 5 one-liners. So who else do you want to hear from Jess? Cartman again. All right. So
are there a bunch of one-liners?
there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them.
I'll do. All right, you know what, dude? I'll do Cartman, Ironhide, and Ozzy Osbourne, dude.
Oh, yes.
You gotta,
All right.
You got to get Ozzy.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? We'll make this easy.
Gotta hear Ozzy.
As Marty, you're going to be Cartman.
Cartman, okay.
As 3D, you're going to be Ozzy.
Okay, who's 3D?
I don't know. That's
Ozzy.
the character's name.
Oh, there it is.
Lord.
You're going to be Ozzy.
Yes.
Who else do we got 4 other one-liners in here. Rob, is there anyone you want to do?
Yeah, Robbie.
Well, let me see here. I want to do Megan Fox, but I mean the voice. I'm so sorry. I know there are children here. That is not at all what I meant. I'm old. Come on.
So who is that you want to do?
Why don't we do? Let's see. Who haven't I done? I know. I'll do Mark Chang from.
Mark Chang.
Mark Chang from Fairly Odd Parents, dude. Who did that?
The Kid. It just says Kid. So Mark Chang is Kid.
Okay, where's the kid?
And Rich, you get a one-liner. Who do you want to be?
Yeah, how about Woody Allen?
Woody.
Yes.
Yes.
Woody Allen is another kid.
Go,
What's
Rich.
that?
The scene is called Another Kid.
Another kid.
Another Kid is Woody Allen. Jim, pick a favorite.
I try to stay away from kids now.
Yeah.
Unless I marry them.
Try it.
Any voice you want.
Too soon?
It's kind of funny because Roman Polanski and I are opening a daycare center.
Yes. Is that too soon? Too late? Jeez.
Hondo Onaka from Clone Wars. That is what Jim is going to do as Match.
Match.
An excellent choice.
All right.
Actually, you know what? Do it as Skinhead.
I can do it as Cher.
It was Cher.
And there's only one line left, so I guess I'll take it because you all
Perfect.
want to hear me, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's only 4 words. It's all right.
Do it like a fella from down east.
You mean like a Boston?
Like a
accent?
Bostonian fella up there.
We'll park the car in my.
Right, like a
in my
lobster
seat.
eater.
All right. Whenever you guys are ready, this is the last scene, folks.
All right.
Yes. We will show mercy upon you.
Let's do it with our eyes closed.
What's that?
No?
You ready to go? Okay, here we go. Interior of the turtle lair, day. The place is really jumping. It's full of kids.
There she is, George. She's going to ask him, be all like totally cool and stuff.
Marty points George, Mikey, Donnie, and Leo in the right direction and takes a stool at the counter. Now, George looks at his script and mouths the words to himself. He gets up his nerve to talk to April O'Neil, but instead approaches Lorraine. Despite his awkwardness and fear, there's something kind of endearing about him, like a lost dog.
Hey, Lorraine! My destiny has brought me to you.
Oh, I'm Lorraine? Oh, shoot, sorry. Captain Hero?
I beg your pardon?
What I mean to say is...
Wait a moment. Haven't I seen you somewhere?
Yes. I'm George McFly. I am your destiny. I am your density. Your destiny.
Lorraine giggles with her girlfriends. We hear the sound of the door being thrown. Right, good, giggle, nice.
You guys are on it, man.
You guys are cool. Yes, we hear the sound of the door being thrown open with a familiar voice calls to George.
McFly. I thought I never told you to come in here.
Marty drops his head in his hands and sighs.
Oh, well, it's gonna cost you. How much honey have you got on you?
How much do you want, Bear?
As Biff starts to walk toward George, Marty sticks out his leg and trips him. Everybody in the malt shop laughs.
I will rule you all!
But Biff doesn't think it's very funny.
You. All right, wise ass.
There's something so great about hearing Winnie the Pooh say wise ass.
Oh, yeah. Well, that wasn't me.
It's fat lip time.
Hey, Biff, look!
He slams right into his face, sending Biff reeling backward into a table and his three boys. The three guys pull Biff to his feet, and they all run after Marty.
Oh, that's Calvin Klein. He's a dream.
Marty dashes down the street, followed by Biff and the Shredder. Then one of the scooters comes by. Thinking quickly, Marty yanks the scooter out from under him, kicks off his orange crate, and creates a homemade hoverboard. Wow! Look at him go, bro!
Jeez, what is that thing?
Quick, into the car.
Biff and the gang jump into Biff's convertible parked nearby. Biff peels out after Marty. The car comes up from behind Marty and it passes. Marty grabs onto the back and hooks a ride onto the shell raiser. Biff cuts a U-turn and continues the pursuit. Marty, what? We going? Oh, okay. Marty, I'm working here for Christ's sake. Marty, towed by the car, zooms past the cafe. The spectators are truly amazed. Lorraine... Oh, I'm sorry. You're directing them. Forgive me. Lorraine stares in open-mouthed awe. Awe. Very good.
Oh, wait. Oh, there, I did it. Oh, it's my line. I got a line. He's an absolute dream!
Now, Biff's convertible comes racing after Marty. His boys are watching Marty with amazement.
What's that thing he's on?
It is a board with a roller skate nailed underneath it.
Wow, that was good, dude.
You know what we could do, man? Is we could like brew those things and sell them. We could call them rollerballs and get crazy!
Right.
He was turned to steel in the great magnetic field. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Biff drives like hell after Marty and he's closing fast. Then Marty lets go of the car. Marty has no choice. He climbs aboard Biff's speeding car and lands back on his skateboard. Jesus. Somebody get this guy some Pepto-Bismol. Biff slams on his brakes, but nevertheless he crashes into a manure truck.
Oh, bother.
Yeah. Biff, check this out. Biff is pissed.
I'm going to get that son of a biscuit.
And see. Did you guys have fun?
Thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you all for coming, guys.
Thank you.
They will all be around tomorrow for signatures and pictures. Come by and say hi. They'll be back tomorrow.
Come and see us,
Have
man.
a
We
good
love you.
night.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
You guys are totally awesome and cool. Good night, everybody.
Alamo, check. Alamo City Comic-Con! Oh my gosh, that was so amazing to watch. There's such great voice actors just throw down Back to the Future. Come check them out. They're going to be at their table signing, and I believe there's some photo ops for some of these guys. So check them out, and here's a few more Latin here. Hey, come on, let's get it. Come on.